You don't need to come from money or have a ton of connections to build a business that earns 80,000 US dollars a month. I know because I did it in my 20s, starting from zero. And in this video, I will break down the exact strategies and steps that I used, the principles behind all of them, and how you can replicate this success step by step. And by the end, you will have a clear plan to design your own path to financial freedom and in your own way. I was just like most people, no silver spoon, no shortcuts, but I was curious and I was determined. I built a business that hit $80,000 per month while staying as a solo founder. And this is not just about luck or about being a genius. It's about applying the right principles. And here's what you will get in this video. I will be sharing the real stories, the principles, and actionable steps to help you build your version of success. And we'll talk about why you need to think differently, why you need to invest in yourself and build systems that scale. So let's dive into it. When I first started out, I was honestly overwhelmed. Everyone seemed to have their secret formula for success, right? Back then, I think it was dropshipping, affiliate marketing, cryptocurrency, but none of that really worked for me. So I took a step back and thought, what's really going on here? I realized that at its core, running a successful business or success in any form is really about solving problems and creating value and then scaling it after that, right? That's it. Every business, no matter how big or small, it solves a problem. And from that moment, I stopped chasing trends and started asking myself, what problems can I solve with the skills that I have? And what are the skills that I need to acquire to solve those problems in a better way? So the first principle here is simple. Don't just copy what others are doing. Question the fundamentals. Why does this business work? Why do people pay for this? Once I understood that, I could filter out all the distractions and all the fluff and focus on creating something that's really meaningful. And that's how I built my first tech companies, by identifying gaps in the market, by filling them. It's also why my projects like Sigma School worked so well, because they solve real problems that people actually care about and people would actually pay money for. So if you want to succeed, don't ask, what should I copy? How can I follow step by step from this? Think for yourself. Think. You got to think. What problem am I uniquely positioned to solve? If you ask, ChatGPT, or there's countless of videos out there saying, oh, you copy my steps, do this business and you'll be successful. It does not work, because you need to think about something that you are uniquely able to stand out and provide to the market. And this shift will help you save many, many years of frustration. So next, I want to talk about high value skills, right? So when I graduated, I quickly realized that most people trade time for money, which is fair, but I didn't want to live life like that. I wanted leverage. The key word here is leverage, right? Something that multiplies my effort. That's when I decided to learn high value skills like coding, marketing, and storytelling. So for months, I would spend my evenings just literally watching tutorials, building projects, and practicing, right? Straight out of university, I was just straight up spending 12 hours a day learning nonstop. Even I'm still doing it today, right? I don't think it's ever good to stop, because improving yourself is something that it's worth all the money in the world. So I wasn't just learning skills, I was basically building a lot of tools that I needed for my future self. The principle here is high value skills that allows you to solve bigger problems for more people, which equals higher rewards. So why did I choose coding? Because it scales. A single code base for an app or a website can serve millions of people. Why marketing? Because if you know how to sell, you will never be broke, basically, right? So if you're in your 20s, I think prioritizing learning skills will give you leverage. Find something good, right? Coding, design, sales, or even communication. Find something that improves you. Don't look at them as like waste of time. They are assets that will grow and they will make you, right? They will grow with you over time. So next, I want to talk about the power of saying no, right? I remember when I first started, I said yes to basically everything, right? Low paying gigs, bad clients, projects that drained me. I just felt like I had to, because I needed to put money on the table. And then one day, one of my mentor who was running a very successful marketing tech startup, he asked me, if you keep saying yes to things that don't matter, when will you have time for those that do matter? Right? And that really hit me hard. This was like 5 years ago, because I realized that I was trading my potential for pennies. It doesn't make sense, right? I was just buying myself another job. It wasn't what I quit my job and everything for, right? So that day I decided no more distractions. The principle here is opportunity cost. Every yes is a no to something else. Think about it. You don't have unlimited time and money, right? So by saying no to the wrong opportunities, I made space for the right ones, like building businesses that align with my long-term vision, businesses that make me fulfilled, businesses that help me impact the people that I want to impact, right? Saying no isn't selfish. It's actually strategic if you think about it, right? So it's very important here to guard your time and your energy, because they're the fuel to everything that you want to do in your life. So next thing would be to build systems that scale. So I used to be a one-man shop, right? A Swiss Army knife, doing everything manually, from talking to clients, to invoicing, to running marketing, to following up, to customer service, even the coding, right? So I was working day and night and it was exhausting. Then I thought, how do I stop being the bottleneck? So I started building systems. I started building automations for repetitive tasks. I started hiring. I started building processes for client management. I started using templates for everything. And overnight, my workload dropped basically my income also doubled because I freed up time to focus on growth. And the first principle here is scalability. Systems will help you do the heavy lifting so you don't have to do it. And why did I do this? It's because time is the only resource that you can't get back. Every hour I saved by automating tasks was an hour that I could spend building something bigger and better, right? So if you want to scale, just remember to stop working harder, start working smarter, and build systems that let you do a lot more with lesser effort. That's crazy. Got to do it now. The next thing would be surrounding myself with the right groups of people. So when I first started, most of my friends were in their 9-to-5 jobs. I love them. It's nothing wrong with being a 9-to-5 job, but a lot of them were very contented with the way their lives were. And they just didn't get it, right? They just looked at me and say, wow, why don't you just go and get a stable job somewhere? Or they just look at me like, wow, you have big balls, man. I don't see how this business is going to work. Why are you doing this, right? So for me, that energy was just very draining, and I knew that I needed to make a change in my environment. So I just started joining indie hackers or communities of entrepreneurs, attending events, and surrounded myself with people who were building things, not just people who were kind of like following the path, choosing to play it safe, because I think it's tough for them to understand. So that's when everything changed, because being around winners made me think bigger and act bolder, and it helped me stay motivated as well. So success isn't just about what you know, it's about who you surround yourself with. The energy that comes from that is just crazy, right? So I did this because I realized that growing in a negative environment is just impossible. So your circle either lifts you up or it holds you back. And I chopped out so many people from my circle and just focused on only the ones who could add value to my energy. And the final thing that I want to talk about would be focusing on consistency over perfection, right? So when I started creating content and launching different projects, I wanted everything to be perfect. But honestly, perfection never really comes. If you wait for perfection, you would die broke, basically, right? So one day I decided to launch a project. I was only like 80% ready, right? Probably even 60% ready, right? It wasn't perfect, but it worked just nice, right? And it led to my first breakthrough and got our first small budget kind of thing. It got us our first $30,000 in revenue. So the principle here is that volume beats perfection. And every time you take action, you learn. Even if you made a mistake, you learn. That's the most important thing, right? And every project, every post, every pitch, every sharing session is a chance to improve yourself. Every video you do is a chance to improve yourself. So why did I embrace this? Because waiting to be perfect, waiting for perfection, honestly, I think at this point is procrastination in disguise. So don't wait to be perfect. Just start now, just launch now, just do it and improve, and let momentum do the rest. So let's wrap this up. Here's the plan. Number 1, apply first principles thinking, ask better questions. Number 2, invest in high value skills. Number 3, guard your time and energy like your goal, because it is gold. Number 4, build systems that work for you. Number 5, surround yourself with winners. And number 6, be consistent to focus on progress, not perfection. So you've got everything now you need to start building a life and business that works for you. And basically all that's left now is to just take action. So success is not magic. Honestly, I think it's math. Everything is you putting in the work day in, day out, show up every day, focus on value and keep growing. And let me know in the comments below what's one thing you took away from this video, and I will see you in another one. Thank you.